that great target is this. We want to set a yardstick that generations after us cannot deviate from, even when they try to. I mean, a yardstick that is so compelling that deviating from it will look like you are committing a greater sin against humanity. That is the yardstick we are setting today. The way you look at it now, it looks like it's not going to be feasible. But I promise you, it is as feasible as you can ever imagine. It is about you and everyone, transcribing your empty dream into a full-blown reality. One of my friends, or my idols, William James, once said, the greatest thing, the hardest thing in life is finding a new idea. Because by so doing, you submit yourself to limitless criticism. But there is no other way to survive in anything if you are scared to take the risk. The tortoise, Mbe, says, without sticking out your neck, you cannot make a move. So we are here to stick out our neck for one another. Some people say anything they want about Nigeria, but I promise you, if there is any country I will be proud to die for, it is Nigeria. Yeah. I have my reasons. And I know that anyone who is ready to buy that idea has his or her own reason. And one of the reasons why we are starting this is to combat one or two things that tag us anomalies, whereas we know we are good people. We are real strugglers, not because we decide to struggle, but because we know that there is no other way to survive in life without struggle. If there is any other way to survive without struggle, we will choose that way, I promise you. But I think somebody like me will not choose it, because it makes life worthless. So today, there are some people who are the brainchild of what we are doing, what we are about to start. And in a few minutes, one of them, who I will call the controller or the originator of this, will come and take the microphone from me and make the open speech. What I'm making now is not an open, I'm just an insignificant voice. I'm only preparing the ground for the voice that made a sound before every other one heard. And that's Mr. John. So my brothers and sisters, today we are going to cross barriers, to cross ethnic diversities, to cross religious difference, to realize ourselves as one family. I think, in my own understanding, what unites us will ever be stronger than what divides us. So today, we are going to focus on what keeps us together as one single vibrating entity. And on that note, I hand the microphone to the person I identify for now as the brainchild of this noble event. Round of applause for him, brother.
Thank you, my brothers. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome each and every one of you here today. We Nigerians living here in this town, we have come a long way. Some of us have been here for years. Some of us have just come. And sometimes I look back, I fall on the side of those that have been here for a while. And I said to myself, what do I have to offer for that? So, without taking much of your time, that is exactly what inspired me to say, okay, there is still something, and we must still start from somewhere. And probably today might be that somewhere. And we all here have confirmed that. Can somebody give applause to that? Thank you very much. Let's just put this straight. Today, the 7th July, we all know, have been it have become a very significant day for Nigerians, and we all know what it's all about. It's always difficult to start, but if we say we have started, it makes it easier for us, because then everybody else will like to identify with us. And by doing that, it means that we are doing something positive. And seeing all the faces here, everybody here, smiling faces, it makes it, in fact, it pleases my heart. And I can only say that I only contributed a bit to this. And I know those out there will still do more than I did. And I pray that God will continue to encourage each and every one of us and motivate us as well, in order to move this that have started like a joke. First it started like a dream, and now it has become a kind of reflection to reality. But if you all join hands here and said, today is a reality, of course, for sure, it will be written over there. Amen? Amen. I hope we all are here. I don't know, I know everyone will be kind of looking and say, okay, we want to see more. I would never expected to have it like this. People have their opinion. But what matters most is that in the end, we all agree to one thing. And that is what makes us people. That's what makes us great. That's what makes us who we are and who we want to be. So without taking much of your time, I think I will tell you that I'm very, very happy today. And I pray that God will continue to lead us and guide us. In Jesus' name. Amen. God bless Sweden. God bless VÄSTERÅS. And God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Amen. Thank you, my dear brothers, and you're welcome.
Of this organization can never be judged today. That is my own understanding. You cannot judge the success or failure of this organization from today. But whatever that happens after this moment counts a lot. You see these little kids, this organization is, I think, to a very great proportion for them. We know who we are. Of course, they know who they are as individuals, as humans. But we want to add something to their identity, giving them a sense of who they are while we stand beside them, while we stand behind them. The controller or the coordinator is a little bit overjoyed. I think you may have read that from his voice. At a point in life, there's a kind of a step you will take. The overwhelming nature of that step will take away every word from your mouth. I was even surprised he said something. I was really surprised he said something, because he never knew there was any person that would turn out. But just like every other day, he handled everything in faith. And that is what I talked about, taking risks. So, he didn't do this alone actually, but he carried the most necessary burden. That we are here today under this roof, answering the name that is yet to be one of the dominating names in VÄSTERÅS, Nigerian Union, is his own idea. Of course, there are people doing this, but giving it a new identity reshapes who we are. So, brothers, I want to let you understand that starting this organization is not like starting a social organization. Of course, social, because it is a social issue. But then, the target in view is something that traverses just mere social organization. We do not just want to gather, eat and drink, make jokes and go home. We want to build a small Nigeria in VÄSTERÅS. A small Nigeria that, even if it cannot compete with the modern Nigeria, it can make its voice heard beyond here. Every time I read in the Nigerian news that Goodluck went to America and he was talking to the Nigerian community in America. Who are those Nigerian communities? Are there not people from Nigeria that travel to the US? Where do they have their own heads? In the hand or on the neck, as we are having now? And that is my target. And I made it very plain that if we are not targeting an organization in that status, I will not be part of it. And I know the absolute majority here are with me. If you are not with me, then I cannot be with you. If it is not the target you have in view, placing this on a platform that we can tell the man at the Nigerian embassy that we want his audience in VÄSTERÅS. If you are not targeting this yardstick, then you have to stay so close to him, closer than my gentle person. And his name is JP. He is higher than me, just like I was ordinary voice. I am also an ordinary voice talking for him. He is higher than me. And two of them actually, they are a very significant pair. In that, the man I call JP has been doing what we are doing now. But it has not been so much known. That means the absolute majority of what we are doing today was even prepared by him. That means the success we are going to achieve today and any moment from now is a part of his effort and his friends, of course. No man is an island. And there's another man who was in that fantastic group. Akin, he was also with him. I'm only pointing out, I am not taking it away that we are making selection. No. No, we are not taking any selection or election. We are just showing you the faces of people whose efforts made today a reality, a feasible reality. And then there is one man who is the last hope, if there is no more hope left. We call him solution. So no matter how, if you can take his number, call him anytime you want, he has the solution. At the point we were getting blown away by the waves and waves of inconsistencies, but he was there always to stabilize the situation. Like when Jesus was telling the wave water to stop, he told the wave carrying us away to stop. Somebody is in charge. He's somebody you cannot overlook. His name is Solution. You don't have to call him any other than. If you call him Solution, you have 100 Swedish crowns in your pocket. You can try. Also, actually, the wife of our general man, unavoidably, is absent, but she will join us. Why I said unavoidably is because we are not just here to do everything so much in executive way of work. They said that all work without doing make Jack a dog boy. So he's preparing, she is at home preparing something that will make this a vibrant place to have been. So that is why it's another. But then, Solution has his own wife. What do you call her that day? If you try opportunity no work, make it go for Solution. There is also one young and pure-minded guy who has been handling, putting down in paper in black and white everything we have been talking about, both the nonsensical ones and the reasonable ones. So, but where is he? Ken. Please, I want my brother Ken to be here. My brother Ken, we seriously need your audience here, please. There was one thing I said, the second meeting we had. We came in and everyone introduced himself. I remember I said, my name is Michael and I'm full stop. And just like instinctually, everybody said his name and nothing more. And after the meeting, I paused the meeting somewhere like a madman, because sometimes I'm mad. And I said, one thing significant about the way we introduce ourselves is that nobody said, I'm an Igbo man, I'm a Yoruba man, I'm a Hausa man. We just Michael and then full stop. That means we have one denominator, Nigeria. And that is the focus we have here. We have just one simple denominator, Nigeria. Even if you are living in the sky, Nigerian sky, you don't belong to any ethnic group. You are Nigerian. You don't care where you come from. And I am here on top of this year, higher than everyone, not because I'm higher, but because I'm the lowest one. So the only way you can see me is if I climb up a little. So I'm not here because I'm in charge of anything. So if you are coming in here, you have to identify yourself as a Nigerian. Even our guests who are here, for now, by, what do you call it? Intrinsically or extrinsically, they are Nigerians. Because they identify with our joys and happiness. So, Hakim, please, a round of applause for Hakim. Ken. Ken has been so much industrious. He has been putting down, as I said, everything we are talking about. Everything. And you know what it means? Sometimes we can shout and he writes it there with exclamation mark. Like this one was shouting. So, and actually, they wanted me to be there, but I belong with the people. That is what we are going to correct. They belong with us also. That is why everyone is sitting on the same level. It is not like saying we are not going to play into the hands of the people. We are going to play into the hands of the people. We are going to be the voice that will be speaking for each other. That is the reason why we are doing this thing actually. So that if you are passing along the way, you see somebody that looks like a Niger, you tell them you be Niger. Just talk about as if in the past, you be Niger. If you look, you talk about, you be Niger. And then you talk, like your brother be that. Because there's no other way. Sometimes I cry because I look around, I see people from, especially the Middle East, our brothers from the Middle East. You see the kind of unity they have here. Sometimes people talk nonsense about them, they are fighting in their country, but outside their country, they are in maximum peace. They shelter each other, they give food to each other, they give work to one another. I think if we can have something that way, with some added inspiration, nothing can stop us. This is happening in Stockholm, it is happening in Göteborg. But what we are talking about is what is happening here in VÄSTERÅS. In Stockholm, they may be there sleeping with the ambassador. We don't want to sleep with the ambassador. We want the ambassador only when we need his audience. He can go home after the meeting. In Göteborg, they may be there communicating with Sonata. Good, it is their privilege. What we want is when we have a problem to solve, we talk to Jonathan and he will give us a solution. So, when the right people are in charge, everybody will charge. He's the right guy. Please, I did not forget the presence of the Nigerian Union President, Göteborg Wing. Please, we honorably want you to go over there. Yeah. Honorably. That is the person of Franklin. If you do not know, honor must be given to those that deserve it. Whether it's a tiny creature or what Mali said, that little boy, the big man you are seeing today was once a little baby. So, if we do not respect these ones, next day they will take the respect away from us. Yeah, thank you. And, it is not, I believe we are so much proud to see you in our midst. Proud, because in my culture we say, if you send an invitation and people come to honor it, you are a good person. So it is on that note that I am saying, we are really grateful that you have identified that we are good persons. So that is it. You have told us that even though we know we are good people, you have confirmed that we are really good people. I think what we have to do now, we have seen our faces. We are planning to give everyone a name tag. But I think it's good we call our names. We call our names. It will give it the. First of all, your name may be your name may be Anyamu, and I will call you Anyamu. You wouldn't like that. You would like to be called what you are, whom you are, and the way you are called. So on that note, I would want us, of course we are not too many here, so it's not going to be overburdened or a cumbersome for us to say our names. So I'm going to start from my humble self, who should have been on the floor. My name is Michael Anyanwu. Don't I deserve a simple applause?
My name is CC Romeo.
That was getting much,
My name is Ikenna Solomon from Stockholm.
See, it is not only those investors. Other people also know that we have something that we materialize into something bigger. Now, please, I have to take your a kind of a necessary caveat. Coordinator, general coordinator. As I said, his wife should have been here before now, but he is preparing what will keep us happier later on. So he is now, I think it's time for him to share that before we lose our appetite. So we will excuse you. You have our permission. Please go ahead.
My name is Rafael Honora from Stockholm.
Please, how many people will tell me the name of one of these guys here? Just one person. At least, can somebody give me give that boy in the hand a can of Coca-Cola? The mom deserves a cola, but because it's not yet time for food, it has to go to the boy. Because I tell you, if he was disturbed, she wouldn't hear things.
My name is Joseph.
Or you can call him
Joe.
I'm blessed here.
If the line cannot get to where you are, you will just call. We will hear you.
You cannot get.
Someone tell you.
Cristina.
Hun heter Cristina. Välkommen.
Och jag heter Maria.
Välkommen Maria.
My name is Godwin.
His name is Godwin. Welcome, Godwin.
My name is Latisha.
Oh, Latisha, you're welcome. Her name is Blessed. Now you can see that the line cannot reach them. So I will be saying, copying what they are saying. I would really like our deputant coordinator to tell you what they have. As I said, I'm just an ordinary man, doing ordinary things. Yeah, come and take the mic, please. I'm beginning to sweat.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Before I go forward, I would like to call on our our president from Yotibore, Mr. Francis Ije, to please give us a word of advice or some words of encouragement, because when you go through a process in life, it's easier to tell somebody, please, now so that they don't not go for this gutter. I hope the people who are not Nigerians here will understand they will not understand what I'm saying, but please just bear with me if I deviate a little bit. Like I was saying, if you have gone through an experience, it's easier for you to understand what that experience is and to tell somebody, please, do this, do that, don't do that. So I will call our brother, he has some words for us. Then when it's done with that, we'll move to the next item or agenda for today. Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you, God's power. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, Nigerians in the midst. I have not changed. I am from VÄSTERÅS. The village has always been the mother of the city. So this is my village in Sweden. So even if I go to Gothenburg, I go to Stockholm, I get whatever citizenship from anywhere, I know that VÄSTERÅS is still my village. Then I want to thank you all for coming up to this call that has been put across by meaningful people. People who see and work towards future for the children. They are the future of Nigeria here in Sweden. I will try as much as possible not to take too much of your time. But I must encourage these brothers who have thought wisely to call us here to gather together for this occasion. Notwithstanding, while I was here in VÄSTERÅS, 2008, 2009, I know I had a pain for us not having a platform, and we worked towards setting up something before something moved me from VÄSTERÅS to Gothenburg. You see, the method I work, the way I work now, is quite different from how I used to do when I was in VÄSTERÅS. Now I talk like a big man, talk calmly, slowly, and I represent Africa and Nigeria in anything I do, in my mode of dressing to occasion, which is the native. Now, to these people who have called this gathering, I will tell you some of the positive side of identifying yourself as a group in Sweden. One, these children are people the government of Sweden recognizes. If you have a function you want to do, there are funds that has been kept aside. You don't have to do anything. All you need to do, register yourself as a union. Take your application, go there, we want to do this thing. They give you those funds. Then two, if you have your representatives, some of you cry, I went to the embassy, I called, they didn't listen, I do this, you talk to an official in the embassy, they don't listen to you. We don't do that. I issue passport as the head of the Nigerian community in Gothenburg. I have authority to hold Nigerian passports. If the passports are coming from Nigeria, they send it to me. I call the people, Gothenburg, come to our Nigerian house. We have a house called Nigerian House. We issue passport. If there's a staff who is not behaving, we call to whoever we want to call, we tell them this staff is not serving us well. And it comes as a means of complaint. Then the extra thing you should know is that as a union, whenever you have problems, you can settle those problems before it gets to the next stage. There are several ways we have intervened with respect to Nigerians living in Sweden. You could be progressive and somebody feels like you are nobody because you are living in Sweden. We have means through which we communicate with the Swedish people. And we communicate with the embassy to mediate on your behalf. So, I will say calling this gathering today is something everybody should see as a blessing coming to VÄSTERÅS. And I want to encourage all of you to be members of this Nigerian Union. Be there. It doesn't mean you must be the president or whatever. It gives you a voice. Like the MC said, some of us have been opportune to invite ministers here. Some of us have been opportune to give suggestions to those in Nigeria. Some of us have been opportune to handle several things as Nigerians in Sweden. Because it is not only Nigerians in US or Nigerians in the UK that are the Nigerians in the diaspora. So it is only when you work this among yourself that you can achieve those feats. Then one very important thing I will tell those sitting there, you don't need 1 million people before you start moving things. First of all, get a register of those, put their names, move on with whatever resources you have. You people are servants to them. And I can assure you that if you represent yourselves very well, your union might even be stronger than the ones that have been existing. Then, mind you, very soon you will soon have things like Umunna group, things like Yoruba Union coming to put challenges. For now, work as a team, work as one. You people are just starting. Work as one. And let this dream be actualized. Please and please and please, form your group, get the names of everybody, children, male, child, adult. Go and register this thing in the tax office as a union. It's absolutely free. You are not binding that, okay, they will come and hold you if they did. With time, I will be available to help you with any advice you want. But my old friends who know that I am from VÄSTERÅS will be wondering, why would this guy be the president of a community where you have people who have lived there since 1940-something? We have people who own industries. In this, that's Nigerians who own industries in this country that employs 5,000 Swedish and the rest. It is zeal and commitment, fighting spirit. If you believe that you can make it, you will make it. And it is this same spirit that I have used to succeed in anything I do. I'm just 3 years old in Gothenburg, but they changed the rules because I decided to contest for the position of the president. So the zeal is contribute, don't be a second fiddle. Always tell yourself, I will be there. If you keep that dream going, I can assure you that come maybe October 1st celebration, the ambassador might be here to celebrate with you. The mayor of VÄSTMANLAND will be here to celebrate with you. And by the time they start celebrating with you, that means you have become known as positivity people in this community. I think I will end here so that I don't waste too much of your time. But please, let this be a collective thing. Support them. Come around, we have meetings. Go there, say your mind, and you will get there. What I have in my hand is, I have a meeting with the ambassador on Monday. That is why I decided to stop by in VÄSTERÅS before going there. There's nothing they do concerning Nigerians in Sweden. If I am not informed, I take it as an offense on the part of the embassy. So everything they do, if a minister is coming, they will send us our letter, a minister is coming. We will be there to receive, oh, Nigerians in this, Nigerians in that. It has never been like that. It is the persistence, it is the opportunity to think collectively, to put ideas of how can we promote ourselves. If you Google, you see we write a lot of letters to the president, and we tell them we need an answer. They give us answers. Because once you leave the shores of Nigeria, you have passed one stage. Because this area, they are known as the developed world. So let us treat ourselves as developed people and work collectively. Then before I drop the mic, I would want to use this opportunity to thank my friend, Lena, for following me here. And then, can we just... She has been a friend of Nigeria, and she will always be a friend of Nigeria. So she's my friend. Thank you.
7-8 years ago, 8 years ago, he came to VÄSTERÅS here to study. Then 7 years ago, we came here to study. And by the grace of God, many have come, many have gone. Many are still here, many will still go. And just like he said, 2-3 years ago he left VÄSTERÅS. He got a very good job, God blessed him, and he moved down to Gothenburg. Then also by the grace of God, so happens that 3 years ago when we wanted to begin something like this that we are doing tonight, some group of us, many have left soon, in my house in particular on that day. And an agreement was reached that this same union that is being formed today should come into existence. Kenneth here, he was our secretary. How do you say in Swedish? Yes, please silence outside. MC. Please, we need your audience here. Those of us who are Nigerians outside, can we please come? But unfortunately, it could not happen. And that was 3 years ago. And then this year also, by the grace of God, there were numerous complaints from Nigerians amongst us today who complained that we have been living in this country or in this city or town or village, as my brother said, for so many years. But unfortunately, we have Cameroonians, we have Ghanaians, we have Ugandans, we have Burundis, we have Somalians. But unfortunately, Nigerians in this city or town did not have a common voice. Unfortunately, they did not have a common voice. So we live in, I will not say disarray, because there was never disarray amongst us. That is not our portion. But unfortunately, we did not have a common voice. When it was time to make passports in Stockholm some months ago, or a year or 2 years ago, if I remember, we had to beg them. Nobody informed us. The information we got it from a friend in Stockholm. We are not regarded amongst the numerous brethren in Sweden. You have Nigerian Union in Stockholm, you have Nigerian Union in Gothenburg. I don't know if you have an Uppsala or in Malmö. Yeah, there's Malmö, good. Those cities, because they are the largest city in Sweden, count more than us. But unfortunately, that should not have been. But we give God all the glory, because some weeks ago also, we decided that this must end. There's going to be a new beginning. You understand? There's going to be a new beginning. Like I was saying, I was telling some of our brothers too. It's quite unfortunate. Brother Lika is here today. You are welcome. I'm just giving a brief recount. It will be very unfortunate that tomorrow Lika's daughter is walking on the streets of VÄSTERÅS. And Brother GP, as everybody calls him GP, I will pass by and I will know it's Dinka's child. You understand? It will be a very unfortunate and stupid event to take place. You understand? Because history will not be happy, or if I use that statement like that in our presence we do not even know our children, we do not know our wives. As I continue, I say we do not know our wives. Brother Mr. Vika, can you please stand up? Let me quickly introduce him and his wife here. Please, I will do that quickly because when introduction was being said, what God has joined together, introduction will not put asunder at all. You're welcome. That is Mr. and Mrs. Chukwuemeka Okoye. You are welcome, ma'am. You understand? Thank you very much. Like I said, it's very unfortunate. I do not know my brother's wife. I do not know my sister's husband. I don't even know their kids. That should not be amongst us. And it's also unfortunate that all over the years that we've been living together. Sorry, my phone is ringing. Let me put this switch on. I've been living here. Something happens to one other brother amongst us. Nobody knows. You understand? Nobody is aware of it. And that is not too good a story among us. You understand? There have been people who have, in the process of living in VÄSTERÅS. I'll give you a little instance. When you come abroad, the first thing that comes is your ability to be able to live in that country in peace. And you understand, you have a brother who's been through a problem, nobody is aware of that. You understand? And that is a system or a process we want to put an end to through this process today. You understand? Apart from that, we have other issues. We have students, my fathers, my mothers, our visitors. Nigerian Union in VÄSTERÅS is an avenue or a means to bring about change in this society. Positive change. That is what we are doing here today. It's a means to do that today. Because for so many years, we have been living and doing things our own way. Everybody handles this issue themselves. My brother does this, nobody cares. This one does this, nobody cares. And then some will ask, if we do this today, it will be a means for gossips, for people to gossip, to be a means for people to backbite. But I've also come to understand that when you have a mind for your brother, a mind for your sister, a mind for your neighbor, you understand, scriptures of the Quran would say, love your neighbor as thyself. When you do this, those things will be far from us. And if it does exist, we have an avenue to resolve any crisis amongst ourselves. That is why we are gathered here today. Let it not be said or heard amongst us that this brother did this to this brother, or this brother called immigration against that brother. That should not be our portion. But that is why an avenue of such like this today will put a stop to such nonsense. Thank you very much for the long story. Before the moderator takes over, I've just given a brief recount, brief story behind what is happening here today. He will take the microphone from me, and then we will be asked to say anything or any issue that has arisen or anything we think we contribute to the growth of this association or union from today, or anything you think that has been happening you don't like. We have an interim ESCO here. Nobody is above anyone today. It's just that for this body to exist, you need people or motivators or people to push it forward. You understand? That's why you are having an interim body that's here seated. We are there, we are your servants. Nobody is above anyone here. If you don't like my face and you say, brother, I don't like me, so then tell me. I will get up, I'll sit down with you. You understand? That's what I'm saying today. So let's say what is in our heart or heart. Say your mind. Anything you want to say, say it. It It is for the growth of this association. And after all that has been said, we will formally inaugurate this body with a quorum being formed. And when we do that, we will now move forward to the next stage or next step in this association or union. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much at all. So, actually, what I will just a little clarification on what he said and what my brother from Yotobore said. We, as I said from the beginning also, we have a target. And one of those targets is almost in consonance with what he said they are doing. That is registering this noble association with the community, invariably with the Swedish government, to have our voices heard as one. And then, this is also, I have no single idea there was something like any fund set aside. My man, I tell you, if there is any free money anywhere, we better rush for it before it disappears. I tell you, it's one of the, of course, we have a greater motivation to have our voices heard as one Nigeria. But then, this is also another appetizing motivation. We are going to register this organization as soon as possible so that we start getting that money they are getting. I know we cannot get as much as they have got, but at least we can try. And as he was saying, what he was trying to say that the floor is going to be open, so that it's not going to be a one-way traffic. Those who are here talking to those who are here. But it's going to be a family throwing out suggestions on how to carry everyone along. That is the stage we are in now. And why I use the word family is because it's a family. Actually, we wanted to call this Nigerian family VÄSTERÅS. But we had a lot of intellectuals among us here. Some of us who assumed your delegation said that family is just a single unit. That union is a conglomeration of those single units. So we use Nigerian unions. From the Nigerian union of Eten, we can now have, the microphone may not come to you, but you can come to the microphone. Because of the limitedness of the line, it may not be able to come to you, but you are not so limited that you cannot come to the microphone. So anyone who wants to add something with this, by the way, he introduced a man and his wife, Mr. Okoye. He introduced you and your wife, but I know that there are others who have wives here. So please, it is not an offense that you are not introduced. If he made a mistake, I apologize. If it was intentional, just understand that you were not purposefully left behind. You are all recognized, and with time, you will not even need to introduce your wife again. We will know who your wife is by how you present yourself. Amen. So please, any person, whatever you want to say, Rastaman, what do you want to add to us? Yeah, we can start singing Bob Marley, why not? As long as we are not singing la 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 la. We are singing any other thing, it's really good for today. So any person who wants to give us a way of moving forward, we are listening. Please, solution is coming. Maybe when he finishes, all of us will be going because everything is set. Solution. Please, listen to solution.
Good evening, everybody. You're all welcome. I have to be very, very brief because it's like most people have said a lot of things. But I just want to point out one thing that the pivot, I think that will test everything I've said. They used to call me solution. That name is not for granted. And I believe that that solution is in every one of us. Based on what my brother said, that what brings success is persistence. And you cannot be persistent if you don't believe in what you want and what you are doing. I believe in success. I never believe in failure. Because I realize the solution inside me. And that solution never fails. And I'm very, very happy, and I believe that if you accept, I'm not a pastor, don't call me pastor, don't call me a reverend father or anything, but I believe that as I'm talking to you now, if you believe that whatsoever you ask your heavenly Father that you will get it, then you are covered. Well, before we started this association now, I met Mr. John. My wife came back from work, so that a man approached her and said that his name is so, this is a Nigerian, and she's very happy that he met Nigerians. We were just 3 months, let me say, we came from shopping to VÄSTERÅS from December. We are just almost new here. I said, okay, I would like to see the man. So the first day I met him, he was telling me about this, and we started discussing. I said, okay, I'm aware of what you are talking about, because I've once lived in Italy for a long time, and I was once a member of such association. So, but he was trying to say something that it was a little bit difficult for him to gather Nigerians to do this and this. I didn't even allow him to finish what he was saying. I told him that my name is Solution, that you are talking to Solution, that association is already formed. He said how? I said no. We are talking as Nigerians. That association will be formed, and it's already formed, and that's why we are here today. But it's not by our own power; it is by the grace of God. So the message I want to pass to all Nigerians here and our brothers and sisters from other countries is this: we don't want to know where you come from in Nigeria. We want to work as a body. Our goal is to work as a Nigerian, not only for ourselves, but because of our children. We want to make them know that they are Nigerians, irrespective of where we are. And another thing I want to say that is very, very important is this: no matter whatever level we are today, we will never fail to teach our children our culture, because there have been a lot of experiences. I don't want to say anything, I don't want to give an example. Most people know what I'm talking about. We will never let our children don't know our culture. We must tell them our culture so that they will grow with our culture, and that is what will make them to be together.
And I think from what he was saying, I picked a kind of
like what people used to say, they say time is money. We left all our time to come here to be a guardian. I really like that. And I just want to give some advice, because I used to tell people that if something is working in the organization, you should ask their leaders. You understand? So if the leaders in the organization are doing well, that means that organization will be looking fine and looking well. You understand? So I want every one of us in the item, like those people who are trying to work for this organization, to know that people are a bunch of individual differences. You have a lot of people who, people cannot be, people's behavior are not the same. You understand? So we should know that, how to talk to people and how to make them to be part of this organization. You understand? Nigeria is one, and we want to be one as well in VÄSTERÅS. You understand? So in Africa, I think we are the most populous and most larger population of black nation in the world. And for that,
we are still keeping each other going. We are still one in Nigeria. A lot of ethnicity, all those things. We have like 250 ethnic groups in Nigeria, but still, we are still one. So I want us as well to copy that kind of thing, that Nigeria is one, we should be one. You understand? And if you want to, anything at all they ask us to do, I mean, as a Nigerian investors as well, we should be able to, I mean, to do it willingly, without putting what we want to gain first. So I don't buy one idea of this organization, we have money from government, we have something from government. I don't want to buy that kind of idea. This is the kind of idea that is pulling us back, because an average black person, black people, they look onto what they want to gain first before they do something. And that is the problem we are having. We should put what we want to do, that we really want it. We really want Nigeria to be one. And anything that comes after should be the gain. You understand? So we should not put that, if we want to gain anything, more government will be giving us money, all those things. We should not put it as, first. We should have it in our mind that we want to work for this organization to succeed. You understand? There are many benefits that we can see from this organization. As we have one say now, we are a union. We can go to government. This is our culture. It's already written there. I read it one place before, and someone told me that if we can organize ourselves, go to the government, what is it called? Tax office. We want language teacher for our kids. You understand? So far we have the union. They will be paying for the teacher to be teaching our kids the kind of language, kind of culture we want them to know. You understand? And that is one. Also, it will help us to know that, okay, this is, for example, as if I'm working in Central, so if I don't know you as a Nigerian, I will not know how to relate or how to react or anything that want to be benefit to both of us. Will not come because we don't know each other. And coming together is very, very good. And we should be, as leaders, those people who want to work, as we said it, we are messengers. We want to serve this organization to go.
Give me
already recognized. Yeah, thank you very much for heeding my call. I have to use this opportunity to welcome our friends. One of our sisters just arrived. And please welcome our sisters and our friends from Ghana. So what we are doing now, as you can see, even from the beginning, has been attracting international presence. Yeah, no matter how you see it, the small food is still food. Ghana, even though they are too close to us, they are still international when you see them from Nigeria. But today, they come to identify with us as brothers. I made a joke to her outside that they can even register with us, it doesn't matter, we accept them. And that is the truth. And we have our sister, Fidelia. She's also a good person, because if she's not a good person, I'll ask her to walk away from her. We need only good people here. So you all are highly welcome.
Thank you.
Please, everybody should come in and get seated. We have one of the most important points of this event to recognize. And it is good that everybody witnesses it. You can come in with your food. You can put a rope on them so that they don't run away. Hello? Those in the kitchen, at least you can leave the kitchen for now. These are people, these gentlemen you are seeing here. I think there is a lady. There is a lady among them.
She's very busy.
Where is Mrs. Solution?
She's very busy.
She has to stop whatever she's doing. Dedicating. I mean, what do you call it? I'm forgetting my grammar. Sorry. Delegate it to somebody else and come here. We need you. Mrs. Solution, we need you here. We need solutions here. You are keeping some gentlemen standing. Actually, we can go on while she joins the group. These are the men and the lady in absence here who are going to pilot this institution, because this is an institution. In a few minutes, it's going to be an institution. These are the group of the selected wise men who will be piloting their faith, wise men and women, who will be piloting their faith of this noble institution. From now till a point, we are going to decide depending on their productivity. And just as we heeded the not so much publicized call they made and turned up here en masse, we are going to make a somewhat social contract, empowering them to be our voice, empowering them to be our face, empowering them to be our image. Anytime we are not together this way, anytime they have the slightest opportunity, and anytime that our voices must be heard, but all of us are not there to speak at the same time. Of course, most of the times what happens at the open floor is just a miniature compared to what happens behind the floor. But since we can put the switch and the light comes on, believe me, they are the lights. You guys are going to be the people controlling the lights from the underground. That means if you are not here, you are as much recognized as they are. Without all of us here, they cannot be there. But without them, we can be. Yes. That means they're just like me talking with this microphone. this microphone is spoiled and I'm still talking into it, and the stupid one, not the microphone. So we are the people using them to project our own image, and they are the people projecting our image from front when we are walking from behind. Actually, I'm part of there, but I love being part of here too, because they are the same thing, only that there is more duty here. And with more duty comes, with more talent, with more grace, with more power comes more responsibility. They are going to carry this burden. It is not as sweet as sugar, but it's not going to be as bitter as bitter cola. It is a mixture of ups and downs. We have been down a long time. So the only way left now is the way up. The Lord has given us the sword. It is left for us to raise it up and defend ourselves, but to lay it down. It is no mistake that our brother was passing today, going to Stockholm today, to give us a hint of how they have been surviving. And JP was saying that, JP and Akin were saying that we learn from their mistakes. I think we are going to learn from their success instead. Permit me to say that. Because we are not ready for too many mistakes. If we are learning from their success, it is easy to avoid their mistakes. Much easier. So brothers, I am not going to be the one to inaugurate you. The man in charge, or he will tell us who is going to inaugurate, because I am part of the people who are going to inaugurate. I'm not going to give myself a mandate, otherwise I'm a tyrant. Thank you very much.
Next we have our president. Can you please come up, please? We give that honor to the president of the Nigerian Union in Gothenburg. So please. The Nigerian Union in Gothenburg to oblige us to do that today. He has gone through this process before, and with that in mind, sir, please.
Thank you, Brian. I still have food in my mouth, and you know, food is life. So it means that this forum we have come to witness is going to bring light to the Nigerians in VÄSTERÅS. A lot has been said about these persons who have offered themselves to lead this union to a point of destiny. So I will just go straight to the inauguration. But before I do that, I will ask one question to we Nigerians here. Is there any reason why you think none of these persons can lead us to see that we get to the point of success? Is there any reason? If you have any objection, just let us know, because we are the ones who are telling them we want you to take us there, to represent us. Okay, in the absence of none, let us just signify by saying yea. All those who want these people to lead us, signify by saying yea. I take it again. All those who want these people to lead us, signify by saying yea. By virtue of what you have spoken, we hereby inaugurate this group of people to lead us as Nigerians in VÄSTMANLAND. Thank you. You have inaugurated, Mr. Chairman, or what's the name you give to the coordinator? Coordinator, please, you can have a word with your people.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wish one day I will become like, I will come to your position.
I'll be always inviting people. Don't worry.
Yes.
I just have a few things to say in order to add a little bit of what I have said. My heart is filled with joy today because of everyone I'm seeing here. And I really appreciate your time. And at the same time, I want to thank you once more for the fact that you have invested this trust on me to lead and to see that everything we stand for today move ahead. And I stand here to promise you that it's an honor for one to be chosen to serve his people. And I will never let you all down. That's my promise. Thank you.
Please, one more round of applause. You know, it is not easy to understand the burden that is laid on the shoulder of who is in charge until you find yourself in charge. It looks like a very beautiful thing to, you know, I'm in charge, I'm the president. But when you see the pressure you have to go through, you will pray to be a floor member because you have more fun at least. You have more fun. Nobody can say you're not a member. He's as much a member as you are. But then they cannot have as much fun as I have. It's a privilege on our own side and a privilege for him. So, gentlemen, what we have dedicated into his hand is too much of a heavy work. And we have to make a little bit a showcase of our next move. The next move for this organization is, one is in the mind, excuse me, one is in the mind, and one is very practical, one is physical. The one in the mind is to create a succeeding mindset, not a survivor. Because when you are running a survival race, sometimes you are not even aware of what you have passed or what you are going to make. It's not going to be a survival race. We are going to run a succeeding race. We know our target and we are not confused on the way to get there. So we have to convince ourselves that we are moving on. And it is going to start from now, not maybe tomorrow. It's starting from now. So the next thing we have more serious thing we have in our agenda is to register the association, the union. When that is done, we want to have an avenue of communicating to people, including me, the proceeds of every meeting, so that you will have time to go through whatever we say, and tell us that, man, we didn't say this, I was there. Based on that, we are going to create a general email address. And because we cannot afford to host a web page now, now, that means it is not out of the contest yet. Because we cannot afford that, we have to explore other possibilities of having our information communicated in black and white without having to pay a dime. So we are also trying to open a Facebook page. On the idea of Facebook page is, one, to socialize, and two, to communicate our meetings. That means whatever the secretary writes, you will read word to word on the Facebook page. And the reason why the paper is there for you to put your email address and your phone number is the same thing. With your email address, we can forward you. It's a matter of creating a group and forward the email, send you email of every paper we are having here, or every meeting, the minutes of every meeting. And then, with your phone, we can send you SMS informing you of every upcoming event, especially those that demand our general audience. So you see that we have agenda already. But we cannot do this alone. You have to come in when you have to come in. One of the reasons why we started this, we, not they. We started this is to identify with one another. You have to be the mouthpiece of everyone. I was embarrassed one day I was walking along the street in Budisbar, and I was talking to a Swedish guy with his girlfriend, and he asked me, "Are you Igbo or Yoruba?" And I said, "Oh, are you mad? Why would you ask me that? Have you been to Nigeria?" He said, "No." Then who told me about Igbo or Yoruba? That is not going to happen here. We are going to be Nigeria talking for each other, representing each other, acting as individual, but yet a representative of the absolute majority. We have to make our behavior to be a kind of a categorical imperative. That means we act the way that we will want everyone to emulate us because we know it's right. Especially when it comes to representing our brothers. None of you knows me more than here. But for you to put the trust on us and us putting our trust in you, we have gone 100 miles journey in 1 minute. So any point we stop that and biting against others, then we have lost everything we have achieved and even more. So we have to move on from here, brothers. I am not the chairman, but the chairman is not greater than you and I. And we are not greater than him. He is only mandated. And as this is interim, he will step down anytime we see him shortcoming in his duties. The same way, if we find you shortcoming in your duty, as long as this is going to be a registered association, whatever you are doing out there, you are representing us. If you are not representing us well, we have a duty to talk to you. We do not excomplicate our own. We will never excomplicate any of our brothers, but we have a duty to talk to you, appeal to your conscience. So on that note, I would really like our brother JP to say something, and then the eating and drinking will go on.
And dancing.
And dancing, because I'm missing my food badly.
Very much. I warmly appreciate everybody who's here today. When we began, we were asked to sign the register. So for those of us who have not done that yet, please, can we quickly do that? Just pass the book around so everybody writes your addresses, email address, Facebook address if you want to use that, and your phone numbers. But preferably your phone numbers and the emails. We prefer that for now. So please, if you have not done that, you can meet our very beautiful ladies seated with this spaghetti glass that be yellow top or all of their boob and the fine shiny hair. You understand? For those brothers who are not yet married, we have very beautiful sisters there. You can toast, no problem. But yes. So like I said, thank you very much for.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have to toast to this wine for this inauguration. Everything will go for it. Please forgive that unnecessary mistake. Please, we are going to toast the wine. It's a kind of a symbol. It's kind of symbolic. It is symbolic. And then maybe we will just sing our national anthem.